All right. Next up on Tuned Into NoCo, I have the pleasure of speaking with Health for Heroes co-founder Mary Scott and volunteer of the Fort Collins Breakfast Rotary Club, Kathy Miner. Ladies, thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank you.
So first off, you guys are having a great event happening this Memorial Day weekend, and we have the Fort Collins Breakfast Rotary Club. You guys are hosting this event, and Health for Heroes, you guys are the beneficiaries of this event. Do you guys just mind explaining how this all came to be?
I'll get started. Thank you, Ashlee. So I'm Kathy with Fort Collins Breakfast Rotary, and our club decided last year in 2021 to hold an event called Field of Honor. And it's a field of 500 American flags that are all lined up in a field, and it's actually near Veterans Plaza, just north of Veterans Plaza, at Spring Canyon Park in West Fort Collins. So we did it last year. We put it on, and you were asking, how did it come about? Well, we actually have some Rotary Club members who had been a part of a Field of Honor in another part of the country before they moved to Fort Collins. So they brought it up, and we investigated and decided it would be a really neat event. And we thought it would be especially a good event given what we were going through with the pandemic. Of course, at that time, last Memorial Day, we thought, it's about over.
Right.
And we were wrong there. But so we just thought something really positive in the community outdoors would be a good idea. And we'll talk more about this, but the Veterans Plaza organization, which is a group of veterans representing a lot of veterans groups, always puts on some sort of ceremony at Veterans Plaza over Memorial Day weekend to honor those who have fallen in the service of our country. And we thought, well, this would be a good sort of addition to what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. It sounds like an amazing event. You guys have been doing this for what? Is it 2 or 3 years now?
Just this is our second annual. I'll tell you, the specific times and dates, but I will say one other thing. I'll say two other things, and then maybe I can introduce Mary and why she's involved.
Absolutely.
But so we decided we wanted to sell medallions that are attached to the flags. So up to 500 medallions to honor our heroes. Now, a hero could be a veteran or a fallen veteran, could be active military, but also could be a first responder, police, firefighter, a teacher, a medical worker. Think about all those heroes we've had through the pandemic. But it could also be a personal hero. We have had people buy medallions to honor family members or dear friends that maybe have been through something and came through it heroically. I have lots of stories and testimonials, as does Mary, of medallions that were purchased for heroes.
Yeah, and that's what kind of stood out to me in your guys' press release was it can be just a hero in your life that you want to honor. I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
So if you guys have a hero in your life, definitely look into this event. Mary, how did Health for Heroes get involved?
Oh my gosh. Lynn Matson, who's a former service member, he's an incredible guy who works with Rotary. He volunteers for Rotary. He reached out, and I happened to just be the one who answered the phone. And I was really pleased that that Rotary Breakfast wanted to vet us to see whether or not we were a good candidate to benefit, to be the beneficiary of last year, their first time doing the Field of Flags in this area. And I was so excited about it, as was my co-founder, Nick Dunnigan. He's our CEO. And we discussed it, and we gave Rotary all the information that we needed to supply, which was a lot of compliance stuff and financials, as is common. And being a very new nonprofit, we only received our 501(c) status last January 2001. So we're only in our second year, and we're still growing, and we benefited greatly, just phenomenally, from the proceeds that we were given from Rotary last year.
And by the way, Mary, what you didn't mention is we did another vetting this year of various organizations. And out of that, we chose Health for Heroes again. So it was competitive again this year. And we're all excited because we think they do great work.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you can, we have been selling medallions online. I think you can still go through rotaryfcbreakfast.org to buy a medallion. So the medallion on the front is a really nice graphic, which has Field of Honor 2022. And then on the back, you put who's your hero, like if they're a military, what their official rank and title is, and then who it's from. And you can put a little bit of information about why they're your hero, but it's a small, less than 4-inch in diameter medallion. Then those medallions are affixed to the flags. And I must say, it is a spectacular thing to see, but it's also a spectacular thing to hear, which we didn't anticipate. But when the flags are flying and you can, hear the breeze, if there's a breeze, which we've had a lot of that lately, the flags are flying, but the medallions click against the flagpoles very gently. And it's just a awe-inspiring experience.
For sure. And there's like over 500 of them that are out there.
There are 500, and we are selling medallions at the event. So let me give you the
great.
I gave you the website.
Okay, so if people miss it, they can get them there.
Yeah, if they don't go online or want to go online, well, the field, we're setting it up tomorrow. They're marking the field today, and we're setting it up tomorrow, but it will be officially open. In place Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and until 2 p.m. Monday when we start taking it down. Okay. But, one time to go is sunset or sunrise. People took awesome photos during those times of day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Rotary members will be in a booth from 10 to 4 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then from 10 to 2 on Monday to sell medallions to people who want to buy them there. And a medallion is $50. You get to take it with you, or we'll mail it for those that don't pick them up. And then you give that to your hero, which is very cool. Yeah. I gave, my neighbor's a firefighter, and I gave him a medallion last year, and he was just floored. He had no idea. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned it, but where exactly is this field?
Okay, so Veterans Plaza is at Spring Canyon Park in West Fort Collins. It's all the way west on Horsetooth to the foothills practically. And there's a big parking lot there. And then the Field of Honor, the Field of Flags, is set up just north of Veterans Plaza. And actually, let's hear more from Mary, but I can also tell you a little about what's happening at Veterans Plaza over the weekend.
Okay, awesome.
Or maybe, Mary, you want to.
Sure. So I actually was a volunteer for Veterans Plaza for 6 years, and it is kind of an awe-inspiring group because they have an all-volunteer force as well, and they take only private donations, or at least they always used to. I think that is still true. And it's an honorary organization, honorary and educational. So they are an outdoor plaza that honors the living and the fallen. So they honor all branches of service, and they have events throughout the year, but their largest event is usually a 3-day Memorial Weekend series of speakers, often flyovers, sometimes military reenactments.
Wow.
But each year they honor a particular conflict. So when I joined them in 2014, it was World War II. They were honoring World War II veterans, again, living and fallen. And this year we're back to doing, they are doing that again. This is an honorary event in honor of World War II veterans. So there's a lot going on. And I can tell you, if you go to either their Facebook page or website, it's Veterans Plaza of Northern Colorado, and all their events are posted there. So
amazing.
I'm excited to be near that as well. The Field of Flags is set up so close that it really all becomes one big, beautiful event that's really reverent and sacred, and therefore super powerful. It's just incredible.
Yeah. That's a great way to honor those that have fought for our freedom. I can't remember who I was speaking with, but all the World War II veterans that are alive right now are all over like 90 years old, and they actually do have some that are going to be showing up at this event. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's common, and they come whether they're able to walk easily, or they come in their wheelchairs, or they bring their support people. It's just beautiful. They're determined to get out there and still honor their brothers and sisters.
This question is for both of you guys. If people would like to donate, and it's not just, say, purchasing a medallion for a hero, but donate to your organizations, where can they go?
For Rotary, again, I'm sorry, I think the website still allows for donations throughout today. I think they're shutting it off. Today is the 25th. At the end of the day, let's say. So they could go to rotaryfcbreakfast.org, and there is a donate button. If I lied, and it's already shut off, because like I said, we're furiously printing medallions as we speak.
Right. You guys are pretty busy.
Yeah, we got to get that ready. But they can come out to the field Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, 10 to 4, and Monday, 10 to 2. And there'll be people manning the booth, the Rotary booth, to sell medallions. But also, if you want to make a donation, we'd love it. And, Ashlee, we haven't, I think Mary alluded to it perhaps, but our major beneficiary this year, as with last year, is Health for Heroes. But we are also setting aside some proceeds to benefit Rotary service projects. So we are a service organization. Our club has 89 members, and we do many, many projects locally, whether it's food bank, Meals on Wheels. We do grants for nonprofits. We have a grant process. And lots of other things. But we also do international projects.
No way.
And we have done projects in Ethiopia, India. A group went to El Salvador recently to help with some clean water projects.
Wow.
So that money is funneled. It doesn't go to us. It gets funneled to these various projects.
Yeah. So for people who want to get involved in these projects, is there a way that they can sign up to volunteer? Like, what's the process?
I would say go on our regular website. So the website I gave you is specific to Field of Honor, but our regular website is fcbreakfastrotary.org.
Perfect.
So, and you can contact us through the website. That might be the best way.
I just want to say, I just checked your website, Kathy, and you guys are still selling medallions. So it's still an active link on your website that you just gave.
Okay.
And it looks like it's through probably this evening. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
This event coming up sounds incredible. And so our listeners, get out there, buy a medallion for the hero in your life. Really quickly, just switching gears here. Mary and Kathy, how did you guys get involved in all this? Like, what's your background?
I will answer your question by saying this, Ashlee. I fell into working with military. I was invited to work for a trauma-based program, a trauma-informed care residential program in New Mexico in 2011, which is still continuing. And I served that program for 7 years. And it changed my life because I got to witness the triumph of the human spirit left and right, small miracles and large ones of healing among not just veterans, but their family members who attended with them. So I went on to bring what I learned down in New Mexico up here as best I could by private practice. And then I met Nick at a resource fair. I had held a retreat myself for veterans, scared to death. No one knew me, didn't think anyone would show up. And I had 27 people in Estes Park. That was about 3 years ago. And then I met Nick and he said, well, come work with me. So Nick Dunnigan and I started working together. And that's how I met Kathy eventually last year. But I would like to at least give our mission statement so people out there know not only what we do, but where to find us. So Health for Heroes empowers veterans and first responders to take command of their health, reduce the impact of service, and increase longevity through community, connection, and education. So those are our three program subsets: community-based programs and a service provider network to connect them to local businesses, and educational workshops and retreats, which is what I head up there. So there's a lot going on at Health for Heroes. We have a multifaceted model to really support all those who have served high-risk environments and have common fallout from that, whether that's strained relationships, post-traumatic stress, or moral and ethical dilemmas that affect them. For sure. So there's a lot to this model, and I couldn't be happier to be part of it. And also, this event that's coming up. Our website is health, HEALTH, the number 4, and then the word heroes, HEROES.org, healthforheroes.org.
Perfect. Thank you, Mary. And it's amazing what both of your organizations do. So now turning over to Kathy, what about you? How did you get involved?
Well, a lot of people join Rotary. Rotary's 100 years old. And it's amazing. People still don't know about it, but it's got over 1 million members worldwide. It's the oldest service organization in the world. And like so many people, I joined because I had a friend who I really respected, a colleague and a friend who was a member. And she invited me to come to a meeting. And I'm not the typical joinee in that I didn't join while I was still working. I joined after I retired. And I joined because I felt I needed to have a community. When you retire, Ashlee and Mary, you'll find that, a big part of your life and your community are the people you work with. Right. And I lost that. So I joined, and it's just been a great way to meet a lot of new people in different walks of life. And our common purpose is we want to serve.
Yeah.
We really get a lot of gratification from serving others.
That's incredible. You guys, both of your organizations are amazing. You guys stay busy. You're out changing lives. It's really incredible what you're doing. For our listeners, please go to this event, this Memorial Day weekend. Honor your hero. You can buy a medallion, or you can just walk around the field. I've looked at the weather. It's set to be a gorgeous weekend, so it should be a great time to get out there and honor your heroes. Well, Mary and Kathy, is there anything else you guys would like our listeners to know?
I would love to share a sentiment about this event last year. Could I do that?
Absolutely.
Ladies? Okay, so I was adopted by a World War II Navy veteran, and he died when I was pretty young. I was 23, and he had such a quiet dignity. He was an amazing dad for the short time I had him. And so I bought a medallion last year, and it was so powerful to me. I was actually surprised by the power of dedicating a medallion to him. And then I showed up on the first day that Rotary had their field up, and not many other people were there except the Rotarians who had a booth and, were busy at work. And I had a chance to walk the field, Ashlee, of those 500 flags and hear that sound of those medallions, as Kathy said, blowing in the wind. And I was seeking mine and trying to figure out where my dad's was. I found that. But then I actually walked through every single row and read every single medallion.
Wow.
That was probably one of the most powerful things I've ever done. It's hard to explain unless you're standing in that field what it's like, but you feel, to me, the spirits of everyone who is being honored.
Definitely.
Whether they're teachers, as Kathy said, first responders, veterans, personal heroes, family members living or deceased. It's definitely a beautiful event.
What about you, Kathy? Is there anything else you'd like our listeners to know?
I just want to thank you, Ashlee, for giving us the time to tell our story. And I want to thank Mary for arranging this, reaching out. And we're just excited to see a lot of people out there this weekend.
Well, I am so grateful that you both had time in your busy schedules to speak with me today. Guys, you heard it. This is a great way to celebrate your Memorial Day weekend. So get outside, enjoy the weather, and honor our local heroes at Veterans Plaza.